Okay, our reading assignment is pretty easy today. Earlier in the week, I had you look over our vocabulary words. There were 5 of them. We had prepared, emergency, memorize, responsible, and instructions. I had you look at these words and study them so when we were reading the text together, if you stumbled upon them, you already had a good idea of what that word meant. Now, we are going to practice demonstrating our knowledge of these vocabulary words by filling in the chart on page 520. If you want to turn to that page, I will go ahead and read the instructions for you. It says, in procedural texts, choose precise words to explain how to make or do something. These words help the reader understand and follow the directions in the text. Add the vocabulary word from the word bank to complete the chart. Then use each newly acquired vocabulary word in a sentence about making a safety plan. So the example given is memorize. Now you are going to determine which vocabulary word goes in which blank based off of the synonym and antonym given. Remember, a synonym is another word that means something similar or the exact same thing as that vocabulary word. And then an antonym is the opposite. So, for our example, the synonym was remember. And if I look at our word bank, prepared does not mean the same as remember. Emergency does not mean the same thing as remember. Responsible doesn't mean the same thing as remember. But memorize does mean the same thing as remember. But let me check it. I look at the antonym. The antonym's the opposite, forget. If you forget something, you obviously are not memorizing it and you cannot remember it. So memorize would be the best word to go where the vocabulary word should be. So once you have decided which vocabulary words fit in the blank, you're going to write a sentence using that vocabulary word to demonstrate that you understand what the word means. So the example given was memorize your parents' phone number. We know that that's crucial in case of an emergency. That's something that we read throughout the text. You do not have to give me a sentence that relates to the text if you can't think of one. I encourage you to do so, but I really just want you to use the word correctly. Remember when you're done to take a picture of this and put it in your portfolio on Class Dojo. All of our reading work is due on Sunday by 10, and so you should have for me 5 journal entries. You should have 4 word work choice board activities. So remember, that is you choosing something from here that goes over your spelling words, not your vocabulary words, but our 10 spelling words that practiced the suffix en. And then you should have turned in the check for understanding, which we did yesterday, the chart with these vocabulary words, and then also the word sort for the suffixes that we did in the beginning of the week when I introduced the spelling words. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out.